Hello and welcome to Grocer Pod. My name's Sean Kosednar. Today I'm joined in the studio by Shannon Gatton. Shannon is AWG's floral specialist for the Kansas City division, so she has all the ways to help out your floral department. Before we get to Shannon, I want to remind you to please subscribe to Grocer Pod. Subscribing means new episodes will be downloaded for you each week. You can find Grocer Pod on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any other platform you use. Thanks for joining me today, Shannon.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So we were talking before, and I thought, this will be a perfect time to have you come in and we can talk about, Valentine's Day and the holidays for floral. And nope, we're too late for that.
It is a little bit late. We book really far in advance for floral, so we're already talking about Mother's Day right now. We have a little bit of a variety still left for maybe some few poinsettias. We've brought in extra bouquets for Valentine's Day, of course, but the pickings are slim.
So let's say I don't have a floral department in my store, but I want to get one. What kind of lead times should I be planning for?
For just regular everyday items, about 3 weeks ought to do it. We can still probably provide something from our extra list that we bring in, so it might even be the very next week.
But then for the big holidays, how far ahead do I need to plan?
We're looking about anywhere from 4 to 6 months in advance.
Okay, so it sounds to me like planning is actually one of the biggest things that goes into the floral department?
I'd say that is very accurate. A little bit of care and handling and a whole lot of planning.
What are some of the things that stores that have floral departments need to be doing?
If they already have an existing plan, then just knowing your customer base is really, really huge. That it can vary from one store here and a few miles down the road. That client base as a whole is going to be entirely different. So knowing who your customers are a good start. That can help you determine the price points to carry, whether you want more upgraded items or just the basics.
Can you talk me through some of the things that fall into those different tiers?
Oh, absolutely. So bouquets come in a wide variety. We have consumer bunches, which can start out as low as $2.20 a bouquet, and those are going to be like European style bouquets, so you get multiple flowers in the same bouquet. So it's kind of like a do-it-yourself thing for a lot of folks, and that's got a wide draw. A lot of people really go for that. They want to go home and make their own bouquet. So you can market that as a fresh, fun, fabulous $5 section. But then we also offer the really high-end, already ready to go. We call them chop and drops, where you just cut the rubber band off, take off the wrap, put it in a bouquet, and it falls out beautifully by itself. And those can cost a few dollars, but customers still require those.
Before we were talking about the different ways that the floral department can really, embed itself in the community. What are some of those ways that you were talking about?
It's kind of, I always think of the floral department as the kitchen of the grocery store. It's kind of the home and the heartbeat, and the floral department is really that same thing that can reach out to the community in ways that other departments can't. So at holiday time especially, you can look out to churches and schools for Easter lilies or poinsettias, even Christmas greens for the ones that decorate a lot. Reach out to those churches. That's easy to get 25 plants. That's maybe 4 or 5 cases. And there's not a lot of labor involved. You take it off the truck and they either pick it up or you can do a nicety and have it delivered for them. And it's extra incremental sales for you, and it's a service to your community.
Yeah, I think about those sales because that's product that never actually gets into the store that you've already sold, and that has to just boost so many departments.
Oh, absolutely. And it can grow every single year. So the first year you may just sell a case to a local church, but when they find out how easy it is, word's going to spread and you're going to do all of them next year.
Yeah, I think about these towns that have one grocery store but have 4, 5, 6 churches in them, and that's a lot of customers for you.
It's a lot of customers, yes. And it's, like you said, it's super easy. I mean, if you're delivering that very same day that your truck gets in, you don't even have to open the case. Just water them when they get on site. And there's no labor is really good for those kind of sales.
The other thing that comes to mind when it comes to being a part of the community is, providing, corsages and boutonnieres for the dance seasons at the high schools.
Dances are just kind of crazy these days. When I was younger, it wasn't quite like this, but now we've got fall homecoming, spring homecoming, prom, sweethearts dances. They all want flowers, wearable art flowers for these events. So the schools will come to you if you do have a full-service floral department or someone trained to make boutonnieres and corsages. But the other thing is we sell all of the individual pieces to make those items, so you can easily hold a class and have the kids come to you. They'll maybe purchase a package, $25 say, and you'll have everything that they need to make a corsage and boutonniere combo. Get them into your stores, make it fun. I've actually taught a couple of those in area stores, and I'm planning a few more in the spring where I'll go myself and teach these classes. And it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of sales behind that as well.
I believe it. And now let's think about the stores, because I'm sure that they're out there that say that, oh, we're too small to have a floral department. What do you have to say to them?
No, you're not. You can absolutely have flowers. Everybody can have flowers. You don't have to get an entire cooler full. You don't even have to have a cooler. If you've got a cash register, put a bucket at the end of it, and that's pretty much all you're going to need. They can sell themselves. I think that the floral department and the flowers are kind of one of the few departments where someone's going to buy it with their heart. It's not a can of peas or anything like that. It's something that they're going to think of, oh gosh, my neighbor's feeling down. I can buy this, or I'm going to treat myself. And you can't get that in any other department. So I think that there's always room for flowers. There's always room for that smile and that big feeling. And you don't have to invest in a lot of products or fixtures. You can use what you have. Put them in a grocery cart at the end of the aisle, maybe some plants in the little buggy part and bouquets in the bottom. And that makes a big impression.
How many, if we're just starting out our floral department, what's the amount that we should buy?
You don't have to go huge. Just start with one case, maybe a case every other week. You don't have to buy one or two or three every week. Pick kind of a price point, maybe $10. That's kind of a sweet spot, $10 to $15. 1 week, bring in a mixed bouquet. The next week, bring in roses, and just do an every other week kind of promo and see how that takes off. Roses, believe it or not, are our number one most popular item. The fellas know roses, and they're the ones that are buying our flowers. So the mixed bouquets, lilies may scare them a little bit, but they know what a rose is. So that's a safe bet.
How long after I buy them will they last?
A rose picked in the field, believe it or not, will last 30 days. But it takes a really long time to get to us and then to get to our retailer. So we like to say that you should have a bouquet or a flower in your store for 3 to 5 days so that your customer can enjoy it for 5 to 7 days.
I think that's really good, because I would imagine that stores that don't have any sort of floral department might get intimidated and think oh, if I don't sell them within a day or two, then they're going to be bad and people are going to not have a good experience and then not come back and buy them again.
And that's exactly the same point. You do want to make sure that you sell it as quickly as possible. But one thing is, too, if you don't have refrigeration, put it in the dairy cooler overnight. You don't have to have it out on the sales floor 24/7. Have it open or having it out during operating hours, and then give it some refrigeration at night. And that will give you a little more longevity on them as well.
What if no one in the store has any floral experience?
Care and handling is pretty basic. I have some literature that I can send to stores. I also go to stores individually in my division to do care and handling classes. We'll pick a couple of people in area stores who they've determined, okay, you're going to be in charge of flowers now, and I'll give a care and handling class. Or we have them at AWG Kansas as well, where they'll come to me and we'll have a big class and teach care and handling or plant care or even corsage techniques. But we want you to succeed. So my job is to make sure that you have every tool available to get flowers in your store and to make it as easy as possible to keep them there.
I have to imagine that a store of any, sort of size has at least one person in it that has some interest in floral.
Oh, absolutely. Probably 2 or 3, but you're going to have one who's really vocal about it.
And just empowering them to do this, like you said, it doesn't take a lot. Even if it's just a cart's worth amount of flowers, that doesn't take them away from whatever else they may be doing. And it's going to give them, a reason to want to come into work every day.
Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't want to get to play with flowers at least for a little bit every day? And we're not talking 20 hours a week here to keep this. Absolutely not. Maybe an hour. Just get the truck in, get your flowers off, process them, put them out, check on them a couple times throughout the week. It doesn't take a whole lot, but like you said, that pride of ownership, and these are my flowers, and look what I did. It goes a long way.
And I have to imagine once it gets started, those incremental sales that it builds, the store owners are going to see that, pretty quickly.
Absolutely. I think it happens really fast. I have a store that I just kind of started in the last month talking about flowers with her. She got her first bouquet in on Monday of last week, and by Wednesday at noon, she didn't have any left. It was a case of 15 bouquets, and it took her 3 days to sell through all of them. She's on cloud 9.
I believe it, and I know that those customers are going to be looking the next time that they're there.
Absolutely, they are.
So is there anything else that you want to let store owners know about how they can find success in the floral department?
I think starting off is not going too huge, but having a decent showing at first. You want to have a little bit of variety, and that's why some of our bouquets come, we call them recipes when there's different designs. So starting out with a case that has different recipes in it is going to give you a little more bang for your buck. You don't have 15 of the same bouquets. You can have 2 or 3 different ones. Adding in one of our consumer bouquets where you get a variety of flowers for just one single case. You can get 30 different bouquets, and just having that little show, I think, and keeping it in a prominent place. You don't want to put it in the back corner somewhere, but up by the registers where people can see them when they first come in, and then be able to make that purchase right before they leave.
And before I let you get out of here, you mentioned a new product, rose globes. Can you tell me about those?
I'm kind of excited. We've had them for a little bit now, and we've just watch them explode. Right now, our Kansas division has them available every holiday, and then we have periodically when we can get them in through the rest of the year. And people who may have just kind of said, okay, well, I'll try one, and bought one case are now buying like 30 and 40 cases at a time to make sure that they don't run out. If you think of like a snow globe without the snow, you don't want to shake these, then it's just a beautiful preserved rose inside a globe. And they come in all different shades of colors. Some are dyed. We have tie-dyed. They're seasonal and themed. So we've got Halloween ones, Christmas, all the major holidays. And they're super fun. They require 0 care, no refrigeration. They're out of the box onto the display, and that's it. And they are making a big splash.
All right, Shannon. So anybody in the Kansas City division, what do they need to do if they are interested in starting a floral department or revamping or upgrading any of their floral offerings?
Just give me a call. Shoot me an email. I'm always happy to help. That's where I'm happiest, is inside the stores giving a hand. So if you want to start it off, give me a call. We can look at an order guide and see what would work best for you. And I'm in established stores too every day, just helping. Even at Thanksgiving, we were making centerpieces, cranking them out as fast as we could.
And if you're not in the Kansas City division, contact your DM or that division's floral specialist and reach out to them, because they have all these same products and offerings, and they can help you out too. Shannon, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much. This was fun.
Thank you all for listening. Again, please like and subscribe to Grocer Pod so you can automatically hear all the latest things going on around AWG. And until next time, this has been Sean Kosednar for Grocer Pod.